Hello, Wix Nation. My name is Byron, and today we're going to learn how to create a Wix Booking website for your services in the United States. So, the first thing I'm going to do is to present my screen so you can see what I'm doing. All right, as you can see, the screen is already there. So, let's go to Wix.com. All right, since I already created an account here, the platform will take me directly to my site's dashboard. All right, so here we go. We need to go to all sites, and this is the first page we need to understand. Here is where we can create the new site. So let's go to the basics. We are going to analyze 9 steps to create a Wix booking site. This is for lawyers, doctors, accountants, consultants, teachers, fitness and yoga trainers, architects, masons, plumbers, electricians, etc. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to start your own online business, this is my suggestion. You need to follow these 9 steps. First, you need to create your website using ADI. So let's go to Wix and let's create a new website. Create a new website here. And the first thing you will see here is this question. What kind of website are you creating? So let's say that we are going to offer plumbing services. Plumbing service. Let's hit next. Now you have to choose how you want to create your website. You can either let Wix ADI create a website for you. It means that answer a few simple questions and automatically get a website designed just for you in minutes. Or you can create your website with the editor. It means that you can start with a template and make it your own, and with that easy drag and drop and a lot of features, you can customize your site. So if you're new in this, my suggestion will be to choose the most easy way. It means ADI. So let's start now. When I click here, the system will ask me what do you need on your new website. So it is recommended these features are suggested for you. A booking service widget, a chat widget, Instagram feed, or a subscribe form. We're going to click on these 3 elements and hit next. Now, what is the name of your business? Let's say plumbing services, California, for example. And oops, I missed type an A over here. Let's click next to import the content, copy and paste your links. Now, do you want to import your image and text? I mean, if you have already a previous website, you can import that website here. The Wix ADI system will understand what kind of website do you have and will present you with the best alternatives updated to the Wix platform. So let's skip this part because we don't have a previous website. We are just a beginner. So let's click next. Here I can add my logo, my name, my email address, my phone, my fax, social accounts, etc. So let's click next. And here I can pick a theme that that you like. These fonts and colors will be used to design your site, so you can always change them later. So let's click this one, for example, and click continue. Okay. So Wix is a platform that works with artificial intelligence, and here is designing the most relevant designs to your line of business. So in this case, as you can see, you can choose either this or this or this. So let's choose this one, for example. Now the system is adding pages to your site based on the design that is presented to you. Here you can add pages to your site. Let's say that I want to add this about pages, reviews, and services, contact, frequent asked questions, and if you want to hire someone, you can click here on careers, and that's it. Let's edit the site. So now the system is creating a customized site based on your answers. So this is artificial intelligence, and this is part of the job I am doing in mathematics because the theory of everything is related to the stars. I mean, that's the way I have developed the theory, but the stars are behaving somehow as web page. So I have applied that algorithm to the creation of web page, and I have come to realize that you can use this platform in order to adjust everything you need to develop the algorithm according to what is needed to rank higher on Google SEO search result. So now the system has created the site. It is in draft. So you need to go here to site and go to editor. You need to switch to editor because you want to customize the site. You can choose stay with ADI. I will not recommend that at all because it is just a draft. You need to create your own customized site to add your own apps, to delete your own pages, add your own text, and that is a nightmare if you're trying to do that in ADI. That's why I will recommend to you to use the editor. So now the Wix platform is creating a website with a more complex tools. So at the beginning, it will may look a little bit overwhelming to understand, but you need to understand that Wix is a great company that offers you 24/7 support. So even though if you don't have design experience or experience creating websites at all, don't worry because you need to use the editor in order to customize your site. And you can chat here with a Wix representative, or you can schedule a call, and Wix will give you all the assistance you need in order to uh, to provide the best service for you. Because you, as an entrepreneur, cannot waste too much time. You don't have enough budget to pay a huge amount of money for a website development. I mean, website development agencies in California are pretty expensive, but if you use the Wix platform, you can be sure that the budget you will use is way much uh, lower that you will pay for uh, a professional designing company software that develops a customized site for you. So uh, let's hear. Uh, you can see here in the menus and pages section. Here is the home page. Is this over here? The book online page. All right. So let's see what kind of services are being displayed here. All right. The ADI system created this kind of services. So you can click here on manage services and customize this section. You can create or delete services as you need. As you can see over here, it is saying that you need to offer these three services. Now, let's say that I want to offer just one service because I'm starting my business, right? So I don't have enough budget. I don't have people that help me. I mean, you are just an entrepreneur and you're just by yourself. So you need to optimize all the tools you have in order to manage your time. So this is just one service that you are going to provide. So let's click on edit. And as soon as you go to this section, you can change the title of the service, on-site audits for plumbing. We can say that, right? You can add a description over here, the kind of services you are offering. I mean, if either is an appointment, a class, or a course. So this is going to be an appointment, a one-on-one session. Service details, as you can see, is going to take 1 hour, and the price is going to be 100, for example. Uh, Business address and all the description of your service here, and click save. Now you will see here that Wix is suggesting you that you need to set out your work hours. So let's skip this part for now and let's set work hours. All right, so let's say that I'm going to work from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right, you can change the values over here. So let's click save and I need to set up the settings. And the first thing I need to see is about the site itself, the dashboard. All right, so here's the dashboard, the booking services. As you can see here, on-site audits for plumbing, booking calendar. Here is where you will see all your appointments. Just go back here and you have a setup of tools called Ascend by Wix, which contains the contact section where you can import all your previous data sets that you have on your previous mailbox. For example, if you have your mailbox in Microsoft or Google, you can download all that information in a CSV file and then you can upload it here. So you will have all your contacts here, and here in this section, the inbox is where you can start talking to your customers. So all the messages that you will send or receive will be displayed here. The CRM tools, it is customer management. The first thing that you will see here is the automation sections. So the subscriptions come with three automations. This means automatic replies for customers that are going to your site and requesting information from you, right? So you can click here to create a new automation. Uh, the form submissions, I mean, all the people that is going to fill up a form here in your site will be displayed here. So you will see the submissions table here. You can set up your workflows over here. I mean, if you have a team and you want to work integrated between your leadership and your workers, maybe if you have three levels in your pyramid, here is where you can manage all the workflows that your company will need, the task and reminders and the site members. Task and reminders is because all the people that belongs to your team will be able to access your site and will see here the tasks and reminders that they need to take care of in order to follow the instructions of your leadership. So this is a great tool for you as an entrepreneur because you have everything in one place, right? After the Ascend by Week section, you have the marketing and SEO. Here is for you to advertise your site and analytics and reports. It is for you to understand what's been happening in your site throughout the certain period of time. And here you can go back, go to the financial sections and settings. The financial section is for you to receive the money that people are going to pay through your website, right? So here is where you can choose the payment gateway. And finally, the settings. All right, so this is a general overview of the Wix dashboard. So let's close this section over here and let's go back here to the dashboard. So the general structure that I would recommend to use is this. First, you need to have a tab open with your dashboard. As you can see here, we have the dashboard open and we have the first tab. The first tab. The second tab is going to be the editor, so we can leave this over here. And the third tab is going to be the published site. Right, so let's publish the site and let's view the site. As you can see, we have three tabs. One is the live site. All right, Wix has created a generic URL just for you to see how the site actually looks. So as you can see here, this is the final version. You can check how it behaves, clicking here and see uh, how is the structure, how it's going to work, right? Everything is going to be customized after this. But here is where you can see the general structure, right? Contact, frequent asked questions, and careers. So the site is working fine. We have the first tab. The second tab, which is going to be in the middle, is the editor, and the first one is the dashboard. All right. So we have created my plumbing services website using the Wix platform, and now we have the structure here to see what needs to be done in order to make it real. All right, because now it is just a draft. We need to customize the site. So let's go back here. And as you can see here, the first step was to create the website using ADI. The second step is to switch to editor to customize the site, which is the step we just did. And now we need to go to step number 3, which is customizing the site, right? So let's go back here. We are going to customize the site. To customize the site, as I said, we need 3 tabs. The first tab is going to be the dashboard, the second tab is going to be the editor, and the third tab is going to be the live site. All right. The first tab, we have the dashboard. We have seen a little bit about these features, a general description, of course, because we are not going to deep into more details at this time. We're going to do it later on. But the first thing we need to understand is that to customize the site, we need to set up the booking services that we're going to offer. All right. What kind of services I'm going to offer? Okay, as you can see here, we have stated on-site audits for plumbing, right? In the editor, where can I find it? Here, menus and pages, site menu, home is where you will see all the images that will display the general information and understanding of the services I'm offering, right? The second page is the book online. As you can see, it's a little bit different because this is a widget. It's not a page, it's a widget. So let's click on the widget. As you can see here, is being displayed the service that I just said in the dashboard part. So here is the dashboard. Here is where you feed your site with information, right? The editor is where you manage the appearance of the information, all right? So here is the information, and we can manage the kind of information that is going to be displayed here. We can go to settings and customize the way this widget is going to be displayed in the live site. So click on book online, manage services, layout. I mean, you can customize the kind of layout. You can display the service just like this, or overlapping, or a strip. I mean, doesn't matter. Everything is totally customizable. Display, text, design, upgrade. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's go back here. So here, as you can see, is the editor part. You can add here more pages if you like, sub pages, for example. You can add here a page background. You can add widget as text. Let's add text, for example, that I want to display something extra here. So outside the widget. The widget is here and the text is here. So let's say that I want to add a disclaimer, right? So I can type the disclaimer over here. We can add apps if I like, all right? We can add media, or we can add a blog if I like, a calendar. I mean, it all depends on your line of business. But the point is that you have the side menu with all the pages, and in this page is where you can customize if you need to display extra information. Now that we did all this, we're going to save the site and publish the site. Let's go to the live site, refresh it. All right. So as you can see here, when I click on book online, what is being displayed here? The services I am providing, right? So let's go back to my list. So we already customized the site. Now we need to connect the domain. What do we need to do in order to connect the domain? Let's go back here. We are in the dashboard, right? So let's click on the upper right corner and click on domains. In this domain section, if you already have a domain, you can connect it here. So you can click on add an existing domain, or you can buy a new domain. If you add an existing domain, it's because maybe in the past you have purchased a domain from GoDaddy or some another registered company. But if you don't know anything about this and this is your first time, you can buy a domain here. So let's click on buy a domain, and you need to follow the steps and make the payments, and ultimately the result is going to be something like this. All right, a domain, something like this. So this is a domain, right? This is how a domain looks like. All right, so we're going to skip this part for now. It's not important for the video. What's important here is to make the site totally workable and totally ready to start my own online business, right? So in the domain section, let's say that I want to use this domain to assign it to the new site that I have just created, right? So that's what we're going to do. So what do we need to do? In order to have the site up and running, you need two things, the domain and the hosting, right? So what do you need to do that? You need to click here on go to all services, all right? As you can see here, this site has no subscription. This site do have a subscription and a domain. So what we're going to do is to switch the subscription from this site to this site that we just created, right? So let's go to premium subscriptions page at the upper right corner. You can click over there and go to premium subscriptions. Here I have my subscription, all right? So let's go click here on the three dots and go to assign to a different site. All right, and as you can see here, I have a list of sites that I can use. So I'm going to choose the first one, the last one that I just created here, the plumbing services site. I'm going to assign the premium subscription and the domain to this new site that I just created. And in a few seconds, as you can see here, I have my plumbing services site. Of course, this domain is not relevant for this site, but for the example, is just enough to for me to tell you that the domain is now assigned to the site and the website hosting. So if I click here on webdesigndns.com, let's click here, webdesigndns.com. What is the site that is going to be displayed? Plumbing services in California. So as you can see, I have created my website just in a few minutes, right? So let's go back here and we have connected the domain. Now the fifth step is to add the payment gateway, right? So what is that? The payment gateway is for you to accept payments online. So you need to go to my sites, go to all sites, and select sites. Now we are accessing the dashboard. Remember, we have the dashboard here, the editor here, and the live site here, right? But the live site, as you can see in this section, that was the generic URL. Now we have our own domain connected to the site, so we don't need this tab anymore, and we can leave this one. All right, so we have the three tabs: the live site, the editor, and the dashboard. So let's go back to the dashboard and go to settings because we need to set up the payment gateway, right? So as soon as you click here, you need to choose accept payments in the e-commerce and finance section. And here it will display the payment providers that you have available in your country. So in this case, right now I'm in Guatemala. That's why it is displaying the payment providers available in Guatemala. So in this case, we have two checkouts. Every payment provider is going to collect the same 3%. That is like a flat rate. Some cases is 2.5%, sometimes 3.3%, but the average rate is 3%. So how this works? The payment provider is going to collect all the payments that you receive in 1 week, for example. It's going to analyze that all that money doesn't have to do anything with laundry, with narco traffic, with pornography, alcohol, or CBD products, right? Because those products are restricted. Why those products are restricted? Wix is an international company, so it means that it is uh, worldwide uh, inter- integrated with all the financial services. So the law in the internet world is what Visa and MasterCard says. All right. So according to Visa and MasterCard and international regulation about all the regulations that are listed in the international financial information and regulations. All right. So all that is going to be dictated by Visa and MasterCard. Now, below them, we have the countries, all right? And each country has a different setup of rules about taxing. So, if we are in the United States, all right, and we are going to sell some restricted products just as CBD products or alcohol or pornography or gambling or financial services, okay, those services are protected by American laws. It means that no foreign companies can go to the United States and do this kind of business because those are restricted just for American companies. All right. So if you choose Wix payments to do that, you are going to have problems because Wix payments is attached to Wix and Wix is an outside country. So if you're selling CBD products, alcohol, or pornography, my advice to you will be to use Square or Stripe, right? Or Pinwheel, all right? I mean, you will see the kind of list that the platform is going to display, but in my opinion, Square will be the best option, all right? Now, how Square verifies that you are the owner of your site? Well, they send you a small deposit to your bank account, 50 cents or something. With that small deposit, uh, come, uh, comes with a code. So you need to type that code in your Square account, and that is how they verify that you are the owner of the account. All right. So the Wix payment provider is going to analyze all the transactions that you have performed in your site in 1 week. Is going to check that you don't have anything to do with pornography, with CBD, with alcohol, and all that. And if you do, you have the correct regulations and you are a U.S. company. All right. And after that, it's going to send you the money with 3% fees. All right. So in this case, uh, you just need to follow the steps. All right. As you can see here, I have two checkouts. So I need to connect and it will take me to the steps I need to follow in order to connect two checkouts. All right. So after we do all this process at the checkout page in your live site here, let's go back here. Let's say that I want to pay for the service, right? So let's book online. All right, here is me with my plumbing services picture. I click here and I want to book a session with me of 1 hour. So I want to book now and I need to choose the day and time. Click next. I need to type my email, my name, my phone number, and my message, right? But after that, I need to click on pay now. So the visitors will be able to pay with their credit cards in your website. Now, because you have completed the payment provider setup, right? So as I said, you need to go to the dashboard, you need to go to settings, accept payments, and you need to select the payment provider that you're going to use, and that's it. So let's go back to the list. And now we have a payment gateway. So first, we have created the website using ADI. Second, we have switched to editor to customize the site. Third, we have customized the site, right? Fourth, we have connected our domain. And fifth, now we have added the payment gateway. So the sixth part is going to integrate social networks. So let's go back here, and you can go to Facebook. This is let's see. Okay, you need to access Facebook, and after that, here in the editor, you need to click on Menus and Pages, click on Side Menu, go to Home, and scroll all the way down to the very bottom. And as you can see here, you will find the social bar widget. So you need to click Set Social Links. And as soon as you can see here, we're going to choose Facebook. We don't need Twitter or LinkedIn, for example. So we just need to use Facebook. And here is where you can type the URL. So let's say that I have my Facebook account opened here. So it's just a matter of copying that URL and pasting it over here. All right. Click done and done. All right. Click save and publish. And we need to go to the third tab, refresh, go to the home page. Okay, Plumbing Services California, all the way down. And as you can see here, you will find the Facebook widget. You click on that, and it takes me to my Facebook fan page. Right? So let's go back to the instructions. We have integrated the social network. Now we need to set up the SEO plan. What is SEO? SEO is Search Engine Optimizer. All right. So it is bringing your site up to the first place in Google search result. That's the purpose of SEO plan. Why? Because if you do that, you will get visitors to your site. So let's go back here, and let me explain you something here. Here we have YouTube, and I'm going to type this setup of words. All right. I have typed laying hands in English. So the first, I mean, YouTube and Google, they use the same algorithm. So we are seeing here the YouTube algorithm. So here in YouTube, when I type it laying hands or aves de postura in Spanish, I have three videos here. All right. The first video has 2.2 million views, and it was uploaded 3 years ago. All right. Well, this video gets 60% of the clicks. All right. The second video, which is this one, has 1 million views, and it was uploaded 8 years ago. This one gets 20% of the clicks. And this one over here gets less than 10% of the clicks. The rest of the clicks are prorated among the rest of the results. All right. So if you want to be on business, you need to rank at least at the third place. All right. To get at least 10% of the clicks. But if you really want to earn money and to have success in your online business, you need to think about the first or at least the second place. So this is what happened over here. This video that you see over here is one that I have created for this company a few years ago. It is about laying hands. All right. The first time I did the video, it got like 10,000 views. The second time I did the video, after 3 months, it got like 20,000 views. So I have reviewed the SEO plan after 6 months, and I switched the keywords. And as you can see here, now it has over 1 million views. All right. So what I'm saying is that most of the time, this video has been on the first place. Now it is in the second place. I mean, it is a competition that I have with this other company. And most of the time, I have been in the first place. So we need to understand a little bit about SEO. Why mine has been in the first place and now why is in the second place. Second, the first thing we need to understand is that mine is smaller. We're talking about only 6 minutes. So people on the internet are looking for compressed information. So they don't like to see long videos. They need to see short videos, right? So what I'm seeing here is a video that lasts only 6 minutes. The first place now has 23 minutes, but as I said, most of the time has been in the second place. It has over 2 million visualization and it has a 23 minutes length. So what I'm saying is that we have two markets here: people that just want to see quick information and people that needs more details, right? So you need to be in this position, the first one, the second place, or at least the third place, because they are always competing among themselves. Now Google thinks that this video is more relevant than mine because mine is a little bit older. So within the video, you will see that I'm talking about prices of 2012. So that's why people think that this other video is more relevant because it has a more accurate and more relevant information and most of all, most updated information. So what I'm saying is that even though right now I am in second place, I'm talking about a million views. So we need to do that. We need to complete the SEO plan. So the first thing we need to do is to go to the dashboard. All right. And you will see my site has already connected the domain. So we need to go to marketing and SEO and click on get found on Google. All right. So we need to get started here. And here it says tell us your business or brand name. Plumbing services in California, right? So let's click next. Let us know how you interact with your customers. Okay, so I offer services nationwide. No, I serve customers face to face. Yeah, this is what I do. Here I need to type California and next. Choose effective keywords. Plumbing services. That's gonna be the first one. Um, Masonry, for example, and electricity. These are the kind of services that I provide, for example. Click next. So we are getting your SEO setup checklist ready. And as you can see here, Wix has developed this tool to scan your site, assess your site, and compare your site with what Google requires for you to be connected on Google search results. So this is what Wix just did. It has applied the scanner to your website, and the result is this checklist that has 4 green marks and 3 red marks. All right, so we need to complete this. The first step is to get your homepage ready for Google search results. So the second step is to optimize your site pages for search engines. And third step is to keep building on your SEO progress. So let's going to complete the first step. Set the homepage's title for search results. Here it says choose a title and click copy. All right, so we are going to click plumbing services and we need to go to the editor because we need to use this. These keywords are going to be used here. We go to the second tab, we go to the editor, menus and pages, home, click home, and go to settings, SEO basics, and here, where it says what's the page title tag, we need to change this and put what the checklist is suggesting, right? Let's click save and publish. All right, let's go back to the live site, refresh, and let's go back to the dashboard. All right, we need to refresh here. All right, as you can see here, previously we had um, 3 red flags. All right, now as you can see, I have only 2. All right, so I have completed the first activity, right? Second activity, add the homepage description for results. Describe what your site has to offer and click copy. All right, So what this is all about. All right, let's go to the keyword section. As you can see, these are the keywords that I have typed at the beginning, but I can customize these keywords. So let's go here and you will see the keyword sections here. I can even add more. For example, um, California, near me, because those are popular keywords that people use to, to find services. So we have for California, right? Now let's analyze the keywords. Okay, this is what happens. Wix has like an statistics every day in Google to understand what are the keywords that people are actually using to find the kind of services that you are providing. All right, so based on that, it makes a comparison between your keywords and what the market is actually using. And here are your results. Plumbing services, right? But people are typing plumbing supply store, right? So the keyword strength is a little bit different because if you choose plumbing supply store, it means that you are using the keywords that the market is using, all right? So you need to click the second one. You need to disable this and choose the second one. The second keyword I use it masonry, but here it says masonry contractor. All right, so we need to disable this. We need to choose masonry contractor. Why? Because this has more strength. This is more popular. This is the trending, right? Second keyword, electricity. But here it says electronic concert, electrical services. So we need to disable this and choose electrical services because it's not even more relevant, but it has more keyword strength, right? Near me, it cannot be analyzed, so we need to disable this. California, Cali general contractor, yeah, can choose this. So we have four keywords based on Wix algorithm suggestion. All right. So we need to click save, and we have a new setup of keywords. All right. So we need to review once again what's saying here. All right. So we can copy this. Okay, copy. Let's go to the editor and let's replace this. Okay, save and publish. Let's go back here and refresh. All right. Now go to the second section. It says describe what I need to offer. So I need to click on the keywords that I just created here. The first time that I created the keywords was here, right? But now that I have created the keywords and I have analyzed the strength, now I have this for setup of keywords. So I need to copy them and we need to go back here and you need to paste them where it says what's the page meta description, right? So you need to click here and paste. Click save and publish. Then you need to go back here and refresh. Okay. Let's see what else we need to do here. Okay, we can do the same thing with the booking online page. Let's go here, click on the three dots, settings, permission, SEO basics, and here where it says what's the page meta description. So you need to write elaborated paragraphs here because this is not readable for humans. This is just for Google bots. So you don't need to worry about uh, making yourself sound like a poet because no human is going to read this. So you need to do the same thing with all the pages. It's better if you start your online business the first time, use the same keywords in all the pages because you need to review them, as I said, at least 3 times per year, just like I did with my 1 million chicken video that I just showed you. So we need to go here, go to SEO basics once again, paste the keywords here, frequent asked questions, settings, the same thing, paste, and careers. We need to do the same thing and paste. Let's click save and publish. Let's go back here, refresh the live site, and here we need to refresh the whole thing. Mm, refresh. Okay. It is telling me that I need to add a business or site name. Yes, all right. So, plumbing services in California. Let me check it. Here it says description requirements, at least one keyword, and your business or site name. Plumbing services in California. So we need to copy this. We need to go back here and we can set up this here to paste it here. Plus plumbing services in California. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing with all the pages because that's what the system is suggesting me to do. So we go to frequent asked question. We delete this and replace it with the other paragraph that includes now the plumbing services California, just like the checklist says. Let's go back here. We do the same thing. Services. We do the same thing with all the pages. About, book online, home, right? So we have replaced all the keywords. Save and publish. Let's go back to the dashboard and refresh. Let's see what happens. Okay, it is almost done. It says update the text on your home page. What do you mean? Oh, it is keep telling me that I need to solve this. Okay, let's go back here. Save and publish. Refresh. Refresh once again. Need to save the site, preview, and publish. All right. So as you can see here, you need to work on this and you need to complete these steps. I'm not gonna do this in this video because once I do this, I need to go to connected to Google, but that will uh, broke the links that I have created for my other website. So we're going to skip this part for now. But what I'm saying here is that as soon as you complete step number one, step number two, you will have your SEO plan completed, right? So you can follow all the steps as you can see here. It is just a matter of seeing what's red and what is green. I cannot go any further because if I do this, I need to connect the site to Google, and that will ruin my domain. So for the purpose of the video, it is just a matter of you understanding that you need to follow these 3 steps, follow the instructions, and that's it. Let's go back here and we have the SEO plan completed. So the eighth step will be to start your campaign. And using your campaign, you can use either Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. So in order to give you a general overview of how this is going to happen, you need to see here. Let's think of your site like a planet. This is like the theory of everything applied to web design. So this is like a planet, right? So the planet has 2 steps or 2 elements or 2 parts or 2 sections. One is uh, positive and the other is neutral, right? So the positive aspect of your site is the hosting, right? And the neutral aspect of your site is the domain. So regarding your hosting and your domain, as you can see, they are both integrated in a planet, for example. So let's say that you have 4 moons. The first moon is called Facebook. The second moon is called YouTube. The third moon is called Twitter. The fourth moon is called Instagram, right? So what is going to happen? If you created your site with your hosting and your domain, and you're using a Facebook campaign, all right, people will go from your Facebook fan page to your website, right? And back forward, right? Because you are talking here with people that may be interested in your kind of services that you are providing. So they are going to your website and forward, right? So how it is done? Here in Facebook, you create a post, right? In your personal profile. That post needs to be shared in as many groups as you have. So let's say that you have 50 groups. All right, so you need to spend your time adding yourself in groups in Facebook that are relevant to your line of business. So, what kind of groups can I find in Facebook that are relevant for my line of business? Well, groups of family, groups of people that likes to hire someone to do technical solutions for their homes. I mean, you need to see what's relevant in your country. But if each group has 10,000 members, for example, and you have 50 groups, right? So we are talking about almost half of million people just in your Facebook account that potentially can see your post. So you need to share your post in Facebook in each group. How many times? 50 times. It means that nearly half a million people will potentially see your post. So statistics says that almost 10% of these people will actually interact with your post and 1% of them will go to your site. So that is how you create interaction between your moon and your planet, or your center of the atom and the electron, for example. So if you do the same thing with Twitter, I mean, you can create a campaign with Twitter, another campaign with Instagram, another campaign with YouTube, all right? So you will have interaction between your moon and your planet, right? So Google will see what's going on here and will ask itself, okay, what's going on? Something something is happening here. All right, people are talking about your domain and the kind of services that you're providing. So what is going to happen is that in Google search results, you will see the first, the second, the third one, the fourth, and so on, right? But as soon as you increase your interaction between your moons I mean your social media and your planet, I mean your site and your domain, all right? Well, Google will give you relevance, right? And it means that you will rank higher on Google search result. And the goal is to rank up the first place or at least the second place. So, what I'm saying here is that, let me show you something here. If I go to YouTube, I'm talking about a video that I did with 1 million views. So I know what I'm talking about. If you want to get at least 1 million views, you need to follow my instructions. All right. So let's go here. And as I said, let's go to get found on Google, follow the steps, and you need to review this every 3 months. All right. Every 3 months. You need to change the keywords and all that because the first time that I did the video was not called like this. The video at the first, the title that I used was laying hands, and I got like 10,000 views, and the description and all that was different. But after 3 months, I review it and I changed it to chicken coops or chicken cages. All right, and I was improving my SEO. But after 6 months of reviewing and understanding what is the people talking about, what are the keywords that people are using, well, I came up with this three setup of keywords: laying hands, right? Aves de postura in Spanish, and I got 1 million views. So that's the magic, right? You need to name your video, name your site, name your strategy or your post with the correct names, with the correct keywords. And Wix offers you this tool for you to analyze your keywords, right? Just go here, click on keywords, click here, and here is where you can analyze your keywords. All right, you can switch this, you can type, you can play here with the keywords, but not too much. I mean, just 3 times per year. So it took me 1 year to get 1 million views, right? And it has been in the first place since 8 years ago. But in 2021, for some reason, this other company is now the first place. So I am in the second place, right? But I need to be honest, I was the first place for nearly 8 years. All right. So what happened? I don't understand. Maybe the trending is different. Maybe people are more interested now on getting more details about how to raise kitchen. I don't know. Maybe a study needs to be the part of it to understand that. But this is the basics. All right. So let's go to the campaign. All right. You can create a Facebook campaign, a YouTube campaign, Twitter campaign, or Instagram campaign. But every campaign should be pointed to your site. Right. Now, we need to review the analytics and grow rank to rank higher on Google. So let's go back to the dashboard, all right, and go to the analytics section. So you need to go here where it says analytics and reports. And here you will find all the tools you need to understand not only your site, but other sites like yours and your competitors and your market and your brand. At the bottom of the page here, you will find all the reports you need. All right, so let's go to reports. So here, as you can see here, traffic. All right. Well, the first section is about sales. Sales over time, sales by item, item sales over time, sales by coupons. All right. You will see all the table and line charts. The traffic. Traffic over time, traffic by time of day, traffic by entry page, traffic by location, traffic by device. For example, referral by site. Here you will see where are your visitors coming from. Are they coming from Facebook? Are they coming from YouTube? Are they coming from Instagram? So here is where you will see what kind of social network your customers use the most, right? The booking over time, and you will see all the analytics here. These analytics will give you an idea the kind of changes you need to do on your website. Traffic over time will tell you at what time of the day people get connected to your Facebook fan page because if your Facebook fan page is integrated with your site, the communication of analytics is going to be instantly, right? So you have traffic over time, traffic by time of day, traffic by device. For example, you will see if most of the users users are using, for example, smartphones to see your site. Maybe you need to change the design of your site to be more friendly mobile view, for example. Referral by site. So here you will see all the things you need to understand to improve your site. And at the bottom of all this, you will see the accounting, financial, booking services reports. So it means that Wix has provided to you all the tools you need in order to have a great website. So let's go back here. You have your homepage, your booking online page. As you can see the homepage here, it is displaying the kind of services I offer. All right. I have a contact us page. Here is where they can find me or get in touch with me. They can book online. Right here, they will see the kind of services I'm offering. The about page. All right. Reviews. All the services that I'm providing. Right. Or I'm able to do it. The contact page. Frequent asked questions. And maybe I need to hire some apprentice so people can go here and learn with me making uh, services with me. All right, and they can learn from me. So that's it. That is how we have created a Wix booking website from the scratch. Now let's go back to here. Let's stop presenting the presentation. Okay, so the basics. First, you need to decide what kind of services you are going to offer. Second, you need to go to Wix. All right, and as you can see, you need to see this video and see the 9 steps to create a Wix booking site. This works for lawyers, doctors, accountants, consultants, teachers, fitness and yoga trainers, architects, masons, plumbers, electricians, etc. So, what are the 9 steps you need to follow? First, you need to create your site using the ADI version of Wix. When you have completed the creation of the site, you need to understand that it is just a draft. So you need to switch from the ADI version to editor, right? Now that you have changed the site to editor, you need to customize the site. You need to type your own text, you need to upload your own pictures, and you need to establish your own creativity and your own design. Even though if you don't know anything about design, you need to play a little bit with that because that is going to give you engagement with your own project, with your own site, with your own dream, right? With your own vision. Then you need to connect your domain. You need to choose a hot word. As I said, it's not as complicated as uh, a word with 11 letters or something. It's better if you keep it below 6 letters or 5 letters. I mean, you need to choose what works for you. You need to add a payment gateway. You need to integrate your social networks, right? You need to set up your SEO plan to rank higher on Google. You need to start your campaign in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram, and LinkedIn or another platform. You need to start your campaign and you need to analyze all the analytics in order to grow to rank higher on Google. So that's it. If you need anything else, just check on the description of the video. I will leave you the relevant link so you can further investigate what is the purpose of creating this site. But the purpose in general is to give you the tools you need to start your own online business. Bye bye.